Hello there, beautiful. I know it's been a while, girl. Let's do our makeup and let me tell you what I've been up to, what I've been doing, and just catching up a little bit and just sharing with you where my mind's been at, what's been going on, and all the things in between. If you're new here, my name is Angel and I'm so happy to have you here. I just wanted to introduce myself before we get into the video because it's been a little while. And I don't want to forget to tell you guys and ask you guys and encourage you guys to like this video. Grab your water, let's get started. Let's just get into this girl talk / vlog, life recap, and all of that. Also, you like my hair? Okay, we'll talk about it. If it's important to you, it's important to God. And I think that's a constant thing I have to remind myself. Like, Angel, if this is really important to you, don't you think it's important to God? We're in the month of August already. It's already August. And summer has been good to your girl. I'm honestly really happy to have had time off and just all the things in between. I mean, as an entrepreneur, we always find ways that we could have been better. We could have done things differently, but that's a video for another time. So many of you guys have been following me on social media. You have been seeing what I've been doing as far as, I already prepped my skin, by the way. You guys have already been seeing what I've been doing as far as like my makeup classes. I've been out, I've been traveling. And if you haven't watched my last vlog, I left you guys off at, I took a quick trip to New York. I had a few clients that I shared with you guys and I did a couple different things. And that was, I think, the last upload I've done as far as like my vlog style content. And honestly, I could have probably uploaded more, but I ran into some hiccups and I also created a lot of excuses and the overthinking and then the procrastination, all the things, y'all. It was getting a little wild. And then also having too much things going on where honestly multitasking had me not really on a wave. But let me tell you guys what I've been up to. So literally I've been packing orders, I've been gardening, I've been golfing, doing makeup, of course, both weddings and clients at the studio. I've been taking photos of clients. And I have my notes in front of me. Y'all, I had to literally go through my camera and like look at all these things. I've been cleaning, I've been organizing, I've been traveling for clients, I have been, hanging out with my loved ones. I even went to Dallas and I explored and had a great time. We went to like Great Wolf's Lodge, we went house touring, we even went to a show. So I went with my sister and my brother and their family. Yeah, so we went on a family vacation, workcation vibe thing, and I mean, we had a blast. I did so many things that I've never got to experience as a child. And I remember just telling Kathy, like, because we had similar upbringings, but I was like, girl, I never did any of this as a child. So to be able to do this as an adult is just like so wild to me. And she was like, I know, tell me about it. But anywho, so went to Dallas, had a ball. Dallas is absolutely amazing. I could see and understand why people would want to move there in like a heartbeat. I totally get it. I understood like when I went to Houston what the hype was about Texas, but like it's true, it is different when you are in a state that loves the Lord. I'm sure there's some people in Texas that are like, oh Jesus, but I mean, going into restaurants and hearing people say, hey, how are you, God bless you, not even like hey, how are you, but like they literally move with the heart of Christ. Like they have bumper stickers, they have schools that are dedicated to building up your children so they know the Lord. Like it's different. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist elsewhere. I mean, Texas is really big for that kind of stuff, and I'm not like talking religion, I'm talking relationships. So if you're gonna be in the comments talking about like, oh, save that for your mother. Anyway, so I could see why people would want to move down to Dallas and they'd want to like, start their journey there and start over there. I can see and I can understand that. But Dallas was good. It was good to me, y'all. I mean, I definitely was thinking like, how can I get myself down there? Especially since like, as I'm thinking about, family building with Emmanuel, it's like, what is keeping us where we are in Massachusetts? Why would we? Why wouldn't we? If I'm thinking about schools, what does that look like? Cost of living, all the things, And then also the community, like, I love the community I have in Massachusetts, but the reality is I only see a handful of them during the week, a handful of them during different seasons, all that stuff. So that in itself is a lot to unpack as it is. I don't know, I feel like this would have been more so like a winter color under my brows. I'm trying this new palette. Bear with your girl as far as this makeup look. I will share details in the description bar below as far as like all the products used. So Dallas was great. One of the things that we wanted to do, well, not we, mostly Kathy and Sean, because it's their kids. I was just a part of the plans, you know. Her and Sean wanted to surprise the boys with a bonus trip to Orlando, and Orlando was absolutely amazing. I mean, the house we stayed at was gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I mean, never have I ever stayed in a house so beautiful, so beautifully executed as far as like design and all of the things. I mean, I was in awe at that whole shebang, and I feel like if you can take your family out on a vacation, I would totally recommend renting out that house, because I know y'all see it and that house is fabulous. So that looks like a good base for our eyeshadow. But yeah, so while in Orlando, we hung out by the pool, we rested, we relaxed, and then we also went to this place called Discovery Cove, and it was spectacular. When I tell y'all, Discovery Cove is definitely a must go to if you're in Orlando. Top tier. It was top tier, you guys. Sean and Kathy had gotten a cabana. The guy that was helping us, he was so helpful. He reminded me of my brother. He was very fun, and he really gave us really good tips along the way when we were there. We went on the lazy river. That was fun. How I went to Discovery Cove and how I left Discovery Cove, two different things, two different people, two different vibes. But I wouldn't change a thing about it because I had so much fun. Just want to tone down the under the brows. I just feel like it's so bright. I should have went with the shaded, a slightly darker shade. I just feel like it's really bright right now for me. Pick the darker color just to kind of smoke that line. So that was something I just didn't want to forget to tell you guys, because it was something. I'm liking the eyeshadow. I'm not really a color corrector girly. I like to use full coverage products. So I went back home earlier just so I could be there for the conference, and it was an amazing conference. Atmosphere is always that conference for me. I mean, all Jubilee events are always amazing. I love my church. I love the ministry workers. I love everything we do for the Lord. You just have to be in the room, y'all. Like, I just can't explain to you guys. You just have to be in the room. My niece and my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law were in town, so they came by, hung out with me and Emmanuel, washing makeup brushes. Oh, I had my makeup classes, because it's been about, I think, a few classes since I last talked to you guys. Definitely the first one came up so much. It was so beautiful to be able to have those women in the room. I thank my sister for helping me for the first class and being my extra set of hands and grabbing content for me. And then I also appreciate Janessa for coming back and helping me at an additional class that I threw. I mean, just super grateful that God would allow me to teach women how to do their makeup. At I think my largest class, I shared with the women, and I didn't do this with the other ones, which I thought was really interesting. So I wonder why God allowed me to share with them at this capacity. But I shared with the women how since 2020, I always felt like women should know how to do their makeup. And I know some people would be like, it's not that deep, Angel. Like, you know, it's just makeup. But I really felt for women, like in 2020, like the fact that we were in a weird time, right? Let's just start there. We were in a weird time. We were in front of cameras. And if you're not someone that's used to being in front of cameras, this could be very uncomfortable. It could be very alarming. It could be very just not what you signed up for. And I felt really compassion towards women. We already go through enough scrutiny and enough judgment when it comes to beauty. So when women were forced to be in front of cameras and not feel their best, whether it's because their hair or their makeup or their backgrounds, or like backgrounds as far as like their house and stuff like that, my heart broke. And I remember always thinking like, every woman, literally those words, every woman should know how to do their makeup. And so that's really why I charge what I charge for my makeup class. I know tons of people are like, Angel, girl, you need to charge more. And I'm like, I'm hip. But I also understand where people are in this season, And I just want people to be able to have this resource in this season, you know? Yeah, so the mega classes have been amazing. I have gotten some good feedback. I actually have to talk to a few more women that have attended my class. A few of them actually signed up for part 2. And so I thought that was pretty neat, that they were like, you know what, learned a lot in the first class and I want to just continue my learning so that way I'm continuously getting better at my craft when it comes to my face. And I thought that was just super rewarding to hear, and to be able to hear them say they enjoyed the camaraderie of the other women, and you know, not feel overwhelmed by who's in the room. That was super dope. And so super grateful for the experience that I have like with them. I'm interested to see how this will play out as time goes on. It's a very interesting season. Like even at the place where I rent my studio at, I'm watching how there are people coming and there are people going. There are people coming and then going. And so it makes me think like, what is this season like that we're in, you know? Lord, how can I be prepared for what's coming? Being diligent as a woman of God, as a wife, as a daughter of God. I'm like, Lord, I don't want to be so naive or be so distracted that I don't know or I don't pay attention to what's happening. How am I liking this space? It's hard to know how I feel because it feels like I don't really have much makeup on. In this season, it's easy to become very distracted with what's in front of you. I see it not only in myself, but even when I talk to other people, like oh my gosh, I just feel so distracted, or I feel like I'm doing one thing and it's good, but then I'm like, is this good what God wants me to do? I don't know where my triangle is. I'm kind of sad because I didn't want to use this little puff. Honestly, I delayed on a few things. If you're like me and you're like, girl, I feel like I've been stuck. Get up, get out, girl. But yeah, I've been having a good summer. For the most part, I feel like I could have done more this summer, to be honest with you, because I didn't go to the beach. I only went to the beach, I think, once. And no, I didn't go to the beach when I was in Orlando. And I live so close to the beach. So the other day, I remember I said to myself, I'm gonna go spend the day with the Lord. Not even the day, but just like an hour with the Lord at the beach. And I remember I went to the beach not too far from my house. And I just went, set up my little setup, sat down, had my time with him. He answered me the next day with the things that I was journaling about, which was I was so grateful for, because some things were really weighing on me. And I'm just like, Lord, I do not know what to do in this regard. And I really need you to help your girl out, because it felt heavy for me. You know, like when you're going through something, what feels heavy for you is nothing but light to the Lord. And surely he made a way for me to have the conversations, to do the things, and hear what needed to be deposited. I went to this meeting at my church, and one of the first things Pastor Mona says, and I'll put the quote on the screen because it's escaping me right now, but she said something like, did I write it in my phone? No, I wrote it in my notepad. It was like, just have faith, you know? It was just something like, just have faith. And I just remember thinking to myself, Angel, girl, just have faith. Like, everything will work out. Just have faith. I'm not really feeling my brows today, because maybe I need to get them done. Honestly, I've been thinking about going back to some old products that I used to use, but neither here nor there. If it's important to you, it's important to God. And I think that's a constant thing I have to remind myself. Like, Angel, if this is really important to you, don't you think it's important to God? Like, he's the one that put this in you. He's the one that made this important to you. Like, show up and just have faith, you know? I shared with you guys in another video that my church's word for the year is go. And I've been thinking about how I have been going and how I haven't been going. And there's a video I want to upload chatting with y'all about this, because when y'all hear the title, I'm not going to say it right now, but I will remember to link it into this video, like in the cards or something. This looks crazy. Doing too much. Everybody, there's always a moment where we all feel a little out of place, or how should I say, like where we feel like we missed the mark. And sometimes that's just the enemy trying to throw us off. Be of good courage. If I had to tell anybody anything today, girl, be of good courage, because the Lord, he be knowing, and he be knowing how to get us right back. I mean, don't get stuck where you are. Tomorrow's a new day. His mercies are new each and every day. If that ain't enough to keep you feeling motivated. I don't know what else is, girl. Because one thing about the Lord is that he be holding it down, okay? It's so funny. Anytime I do a cat eye on one of my clients, I'm literally shaking. But let it be me. I'll do a good job. I'm still like, ooh, I hope I land it. I don't go in with a liquid like this. I go in with a cream. But even still, I be like, ooh, girl, tread lightly. I remember there was this bridal trial I did. And I'm the type of person that, especially at a trial, I'm not going to try to fake the funk, okay? If I feel like I need to start over, guess what your girl is doing? I will start over. I could have done everything. I will start over and be like, you know what? I apologize, but I do not feel like this represents the work and the quality of work that I provide. I just want to start over. I allow myself to have enough time that in the case I didn't want to, or let's just say the bride wanted to try a second look, they could. Not like a second full look, but like, you know what I mean? If I need to do a little more razzle dazzle or change something up, I allow myself to have the time. I think that's something I want to share with you guys, especially those who are thinking of becoming a full-time makeup artist, hairstylist for bridal, or even just for special events and stuff of the sort. Because I wish, and I know there's people now that create these resources, but I wish there was more resources from when I was up and coming makeup and hair beautician. I'm gonna overline my lips just a little bit in the middle. Yeah, I feel like this palette is definitely giving for a budget baddie. I feel like I might do my under eyelashes. Y'all know how much I love that look. I really like order, and I really like when things are like properly prepared. I don't like to stop in the middle of what I'm doing to find something, to go after something. And yeah, I should have probably put a whole bunch of different lashes for me to choose from over here, but I did know that I left some over here. But yeah, I'm realizing a lot about how I work and different things. Like, I am bringing back girl talks. I do have a schedule for myself. It's under review because, let's be real, there's safety and a multitude of counsel. So yes, ladies, I will be putting out more girl talks in this season. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. For the rest of the video, I didn't end up talking, y'all. I just threw on my lashes, fluffed my hair because I was getting real close to time. Also, don't forget to add your blush. If you know me, you know me. I was never a blush girly, but now I am because I just love how cute and feminine it looks. But yeah, until next time, I love you guys. Don't you ever, 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 ever let anyone dim your light, even if that person is you.